Hi guys, bit of bit of an update really. I know I haven't done one in a while. I've I haven't been on Twitter properly for a couple of days now. I've been on a bit and I haven't really looked at YouTube much, but I've been busy. I think I told you in a previous blog. I might not have done actually. I can't remember. I know I've mentioned it to a few people on Twitter. But I think I remember saying something about my mother went into hospital a while back. It was before Christmas, and she had to have a craniotomy because she'd fallen and banged her head. And then that didn't work out properly, so she had to then go on and have a craniectomy because it had become infected. So, that's an even bigger hole in the head. Now, she's doing all right, actually. She's still not allowed to drive yet, which is sort of compounded. The latest problem was yesterday morning, relatively early on, my dad had a stroke. So between me and my brother, we've been running backwards and forwards to Scarborough Hospital to take my mum up there and get her back and see our father, of course. And it's just a matter of a waiting game now to see how better he's going to get, basically. As you all know, a stroke can totally finish you off, or it's you can pretty much get everything back. So yeah, more hectic times. But hey ho. So to me, it's tonight. It's just Mac and me. My wife's out for a couple of hours. I was supposed to be originally going with her, but I sort of just got back from the hospital as my wife was just on her way out. Actually, my daughter had come and picked her up, and they were going to go to chocolate bingo at the grandkids' school. I was originally going to be going, like I say, but with this come up, it's sort of thrown everything out, thrown a bit of a spanner in the works. But yeah, I'm sure everything will come out fine anyway. Hello, Daisy. Got a. Who's that? Hey? Say hello. Say hello. Say hello in there. Say hello. Soft as muck, this one. Anyway, so yeah, I just thought I'd sort of check in with you, let you know why I've not been around properly for a couple of days. I've answered the odd tweet, but nothing huge. So yeah, I've just got myself where is it? Cup of coffee just on the corner there. Mac's open. I'm just ready to start watching a bit of YouTube and that. I don't know if I've shown you them before. That's my models. If you sort of know me and that, you'll know that I'm into sort of like the Alien and Predator movies. So they're the ones welded out of bits of scrap metal. My daughter bought me one, and my wife bought me the other. They were Christmas gifts. No, Christmas gifts, I think. Yeah. I know they both turned up later than they were supposed to do because you obviously have to order them. So yeah, it's just one of those times. What can you hear? Hey up. Can hear some kids. The dogs might start barking. She's getting excited. What can you hear? What is it, Desi? Oh dear. So, yeah, there's not a lot else to say, guys. I'm working tomorrow. Back down at the cake factory in Hull, pulling more goo and crap out of the extracts on the ovens. We're supposed to be doing. We started a job. We started a job on. God, what day was it? Tuesday, no, Monday, I think. And we've actually got a load of gear still on site down at a leisure centre in Hull. And what happened was, it's actually where the pool area is getting a full refit, and they're tiling everything at the minute, and we're cleaning out the extract system, and we got to work with the hoover and what have you, and brushes and stuff like that, and it just wasn't going to shift in. So we decided to get the air lance. Now, we don't actually carry our own compressor strong enough to drive an air lance. We have the air lance kit, and we always just hire out the compressors, because you need a good sized one. That you need a minimum of 14 cubic feet a minute of air. Now, our compressor won't drive up to that sort of volume and speed. So we had to get one hired, and then when we looked into it, you struggle to find them in 110 volt. Now, obviously, this is a construction site, and the only voltage you've got on the site is 110 volts. So we went back to the hire centre, HSS, so big hire centre, and they looked around. Now, I think they had a couple, but they were in very far away shops of theirs, so getting them to Hull would have been a bit of a problem. And they said, well, we could do with some more anyway, so we'll buy a couple in. So it turns out they've ended up having to have them made. So we're going to be getting a brand new compressor, basically made for the job, and we'll just be paying a higher charge on it. But obviously, once he gets it in, he's got to test it, put a plate on it, all that sort of rubbish. And it turned up today, so we rang them up, and it turns out it turned up, and the bloke says, I've got 10 emails here between us, so there's no excuse. But they'd sent it in 240 volts. So he said, well, can't you have them put in a specialised cable for you? And they're not going to do that. They're just not going to do it. It's a wet area of a large swimming pool. They are not going to put in a cable. The cost would be phenomenal just so that we can do that. So I think, well, basically what's going to happen, we're not going to be going back on Monday now. We were going to be going back on Monday again. Go through the rigmarole of signing in and all that rubbish. So they've got to get us another compressor. So that one probably will be going back for a rework, because I can't see them just buying in another one just like that, because compressors that size are damned expensive. So it was just amusing that it had come back and it was 240 volts, even though this guy's got about 10 emails to the firm who were making it for them. So that's pretty ridiculous, but it's just been steady away lately, guys. Not a great deal to report. I've got a couple of things coming in for reviews soon, so keep an eye on my tech channel as well. Just a couple of small things, nothing huge, but something to keep the channel ticking along anyway. So I'm going to get off now anyway, guys. I'm going to go and have my coffee, have a bit of peace and quiet before the wife gets back. Okay, so I'm checking out. See you later, guys.